These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Trailing down these hollow halls, can you hear me? Staring down these storied walls, can you see me?
Hello, everybody out there tonight in the land of live YouTube sort of place. You're going to see this camera is going to be moving around the room a little bit here, so if I'm awkwardly looking off to the computer a few times, it's because I'm here, computer's here, and I just don't know what to do with myself because I'm seeing myself over here, and that's just damn confusing. But we've had some suggestions about the show lately in regards to having people on the couch, or the camera being closer to the couch so that my co-hosts and or guests are right there with me. And that makes a lot of sense, but this room is like a chiclet. It's very small, so we're gonna have to work with that a little bit and see what the best thing is. So when Sydney gets here from work, we're going to kind of move the camera around as we do the podcast and see what works best. It's weird because of course the camera sort of got like a reverse look for us, right? So if I think I'm standing over here, she's over here, yada yada, right? So we're going to have an excellent show tonight. We're going to discuss seeking a team. Now that seeking a team that you can use for your home, what you should be looking for is this could be kind of like a little one-on-one, and then for joining a team and all the things that are around. If you're going to join a team, what's kind of expected of you. That's pretty serious. I mean, some teams are just kind of like get together and do a couple of investigations a year. There's no problem with those teams, frankly. I mean, if you join and everybody's just cool and it's one or two of you or five of you, then it's kind of easy. But when you start getting into a collaborative team, then there's tons. And then if we have time permitting, I'm going to go on to the topic of paranormal unity and collaboration. This seems to be a bit of a hotbed topic. It's sort of a laugh most teams talk about. They're not really thinking that it's possible. You know what? I think that CHAPS is proof that it can be. So that's that. But I want to give you some current events as to what's going on. Last weekend, we did an investigation in Niagara Falls in the Chippewa area. Really gorgeous. The investigation was really great. We had great clients, and they were very welcoming to us, and really cool, you know. And often in residentials, which can be sometimes painful, it was really good because they actually took off. You know, they kind of did the interviews and all that, and then let us on our own, which allowed us to really get a strong, smooth investigation done without the contamination issue, right? So we are able to discount a lot of stuff that happens, which is good. Generally, when you have a lot of people in the home, and when we do residential, sometimes you end up with 6, 7 people that want to see what's going on. Problem with that is, in the end, we end up with a lot of contamination, and then I have to tell the clients, I'm sorry, we're going to have to come back. Pardon my phone. We're going to have to come back because there's been some contamination issues. Bebopping my microphone thing here. So it was good. It was good. It was miserable. Like the weather sucked, and I can tell you it was funny. Our hotel that we got down there, man, our hotel room didn't have a phone. It didn't have paint. Well, it had paint, but it was just white hospital paint, and an old TV that still had the knob, the UHF knob. So I'll tell you, it was some old diggins in there, and luckily all we were doing was just sleeping there. But needless to say, by 6 in the morning, we were departing the hotel room back for Oshawa. So, but it was a great investigation. What was really special about that investigation, that was Shannon Cowan's first investigation back after we've had a bit of a tribulation with her. Shannon suffered at 39 years old. Shannon suffered a heart attack around Christmas, and then ensuing a week and a half later, so on, about that, I think it was a full cardiac arrest. So we almost lost her, 39 years old. a jogger, very healthy. I'd hearken to guess the healthiest one on the team. And so it can happen to everybody, so take care of your health, please. But that was her first investigation back. She did an investigation the night before her heart attack, and now she's back. So that was really great to have her there. So I'll have the pictures up from that investigation tonight on our Facebook page. It was a great family night because for people that don't know on the team, if they follow the team, Shannon's actually my niece. Obviously, Sandy was there as my wife, and Damon, who is fresh with the team, is my nephew. So it was like a family night. It was really cool. Really, really enjoyed it very much. Yeah, it was really cool, man. Great part about doing what we do, off to Denny's at 2 o'clock in the morning and eating way too much food, which sits in your stomach all night long at the hotel. So this week, anyway, the great old news this week. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. I'm going to see if I can draw a picture up, see if Sandy set this up properly, and I probably won't do it right, so I want you to be patient with me. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Oh. Damn it. Okay, so it's not going to work for me right now. I'm not sure exactly why. But anyway, we're headed off to Mansfield. Okay, so we're headed off to Mansfield prison. I'm just going to take that back to the actual podcast there. I might get that up a little later on. Knowing my wife, she's probably going to run upstairs and correct me. But yeah, that's not working. Okay, so we're going to go back to here. So we're headed up to Mansfield. This was the prison that was used in the Shawshank Redemption. And on Thursday morning, 5 o'clock, we're going to leave and head down to Ohio. Where we're going to meet up with the River Valley Paranormal and CHAPS, the Correctional Officers Paranormal Society. Oh, I'm being told to do something here. Hold on. Click on the eye. Oh, there we go. So, thanks, Sandy. So this is Mansfield. That's the front of it. It's very gothic looking. Most of that's offices that you see right there. And in the middle is the rotunda, and there are wings off to the other side, which I'll show you in the next picture. It's going to be a cool spot. It's bloody expensive as hell. We're doing this on a weeknight, so we get it for half price. That's $1,200 US. Hey, Shan. $1,200 United States. So this is about $55,000 Canadian. But I think it'll be worth it if everybody gets the same. Anybody online gets the. They show all the teams pretty much getting all the same results, and I hope we get something different. When I read online about the guy that burned in the jail cell, I really, honestly, I don't pay attention to a great deal of the claims that are told by other teams, or especially told by the actual establishment themselves, because this is what's bandied about, so that we can all, let's test this. I'm really more interested in what I went online and I looked up a lot of what prisoners said, where people were killed. So I'm going to focus on that. Let me give you another picture of the place here. No, maybe not. Oh. There it is. Sandy, you need to give me a tutorial on how to use this. I know you're watching. So as you can see right here, it's got the wings behind it, and the west wing and the east wing. Seems like the east wing has got the tallest freestanding set of ranges. It's about 6 ranges high. So I imagine we're going to get nosebleeds up there, and those who don't like heights. But, in a couple weeks, I'm going to get Mike Cowan, that's Shan's husband, to come and join me on the show. Reason for this: Mike is an urban explorer. He's not an investigator. He comes to a lot of our investigations because the buildings are cool, and Mike and I are buddies. So I want him to come along. But it's going to be interesting because I'm going to get his viewpoint on this, right? Like, I'm going in there as an investigator, and I'm looking for this and that to disprove claims, and it's really cool. But he's going in there purely as wow, this is really great. So he may have different observations about it. You could see some of his work actually if you check out our Moundsville prison investigation. You'll see Mikey on that. And there we go. I'm back. Okay, all my technical difficulties, they were there, and I'm still learning. You'll have to excuse me. You know what? a 46-year-old man that can barely turn on a computer, so let alone figure out how to use these bloody programs that my nephew set up and my wife figured out, and they just kind of come up here and tap a bunch of keys before I get onto it, and then I get onto it, and all I know how to do is kind of click the intro. I could get the intro in there pretty good, and it worked tonight, so that's the way it goes. So anyway, we're looking forward to that investigation, and there should be a fantastic video coming up. So, first topic, seeking a team. And I'm going to speak to this as to the seeking a team with you being the person that requires assistance in your home. I'm going to say, estimate-wise, that Ontario probably has 60 active teams. Over 100 actual teams that are out there that all say that they're paranormal investigators, but 60 of them are active. In each area, there are 3 or 4 teams that are quite good, and then there are a dozen teams that are weekend warriors that go out there with a flashlight and a video recorder, and they're paranormal investigators. So some of the things you need to watch out for these teams. First and flat, money. If a team asks you for a donation, stay the hell away from them. We're paranormal investigators, and we can give you advice. We can give you our opinion. We can give you opinion based on our experience, but we're not doctors, okay? So we can't save your life. We can't cure cancer. So you shouldn't be paying us for this. This is what we chose to get involved with. Some people play hockey. Some people play tennis. We run around in prisons at night. We're kind of corny, but it's, if you want to put out some goodies, some treats, some coffee, that's fine. There has been the odd occasion where somebody's slipped an envelope with $50 in it to help out with gas. That's fine, but the problem is teams that ask for it but then call it donations. A team wants to call themselves a nonprofit, then again, they shouldn't be asking for donations, because the whole idea with a nonprofit is the idea is you could possibly say, yeah, well, like, we're research based. Okay, fair enough. So what you do then is you write off your mileage expenses, and maybe if you have equipment and that sort of thing. It's got nothing to do. It shouldn't have any cost to the person. So if you're trying to get help, okay. I had the same feeling about mediums myself. If you're going to a medium to get a reading, okay, like, that's a totally different story. You're going into it paying for a service. But if you're asking for help, and that medium says they're going to charge you $300 to clear your house, shut the door in their face. So right off the bat, money should not exchange hands on a pay per use basis. That is an absolute. I think if you're going to get a team, I think you need to do your due diligence. Go online, research that team. A reputable team should have a website, or at least a decent Facebook page. When you do look into that team, see what they have to offer. Like, okay, for us, we have YouTube videos, so I mean, you can go online and see. We can get a little goofy at times, and sometimes maybe even dramatic. But you're going to see a common thread. You'll see what kind of evidence we come up with, or if we've improved over the years. So I think it's really important that you go on, find them on Facebook or website, look them up, see what their other cases have been. If their cases have been nothing but graveyards and public places, you might want to think twice about it, possibly. Because it's not really a lot of experience based on residential. I got to be honest with you, like, when our team first started before, it's hard. Like, there's a catch-22 with a team that you can't just get work when you have had no work. But we even went to the point where we were investigating each other's homes at the very, very beginning, just so that we could say we have investigated homes, and that there's things about them. The sounds that a home makes, debunking certain things. It's just practice. That's all it is. So if a team does nothing but public places and graveyards, understanding also that a graveyard is like really a terrible place to investigate. And I'm not saying this as an opinion, guys. It's great to walk through and enjoy, but a graveyard has so many forms of contamination, and when they end up with their wonderful orb pictures, which is actually a bug, and they use that as proof. Well, that's a warning sign, okay? So second warning sign I want you to look out for is look for orb lovers. Look whether you can accept this fact or not, or sometimes you want to believe that orb in the orb in your picture was your great Uncle Thomas, and he's looking on you, I'm fine with that idea. Hi, Sydney. Don't worry,
Uncle Thomas.
we're working. Don't worry, we're going to move this around. All right, so there's the first move. Okay. All right, so there she is now. I'm going to adjust myself, but this is we're going to be moving it around all night long to get the perfect angle. So as we go on this, it could be your great Uncle Tom, and that's cool. But being realistic about it, 99% of the time, even through 99% of paranormal teams out there will tell you, and photographers will tell you that this is moisture, bug, dirt, dust, whatever. So if you see a team that does that, that's where you need to worry. Other warning signs of teams to look out for. What you need to see is what kind of tools do they use. Okay. If you look at the kind of tools they use, we were going to do an investigation of a place up north, and I had spoken to the client because they had another team in just previous to us, and they were really angry with them because they didn't get results. Well, there's a warning, by the way, as a client.
Results are not guaranteed.
Results are not guaranteed because, believe it or not every single house is haunted, even if you think it's haunted. Because your friend, the medium, told you so, doesn't mean so. I get this a lot. They were using a pendulum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was the only tool they were using, and they were investigators. I sort of thought to myself, that's funny. It may be cheaper to do that. I mean, I'd like to go out in the backyard and get a rock and throw a chain on it, and there you go, right? But let's be honest here. There's nothing, not even pragmatically scientific about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're, and I've got to be honest with you. I could bring it to an investigation, and they say I'm not moving my hand. Well,
small muscle movements.
Absolutely, it's absolutely.
Same with Ouija boards.
Yeah, Ouija boards are another one. And you know what? We have used a Ouija board on an investigation by the client's request. And do you know what happened?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. And we didn't die that night either.
That I know of.
Well, probably actually. You're talking to ghosts online right now. So there's some things to worry about. You want to make sure that team has got some established members. Have been around now. I'll be honest with you. CHAPS has gone through a couple. Okay, but if you take a look at our roster, generally speaking, they're fairly solid, fairly been around for a while. So that's something you got to look out for, right? Okay, so you're finding a team that does that. What else? Lately, teams that can't spell. Those are kind of annoying.
Grammar is important.
Grammar's important. If they're going to take the effort to put something online, maybe they should
at least add spell check to your phone.
Which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Spell check. I'm an idiot, but I use spell check, and so far most of the stuff that's on the board I post, and it seems to look okay. So anyway, it really comes about the effort. When you're selecting these teams, you really just got to do your due diligence. It's really important for you to do your due diligence, as to looking these people up, because you're going to have these people in your home.
Yes.
Right? They're going to be walking around your home.
You've invited them in.
Now, mind you, I would also ask that if you invite us in, just tidy up a little bit. I think we're already done with the investigating with cat poop on the walls and all kinds of food on the floor and stepping in toast and that kind of stuff. It doesn't work, And then you put us into a totally different form of integrity, which is, is there a problem with what goes on in that home?
Mm-hmm. Then you start to make assumptions.
Right, and I think sometimes also important when you're looking for a team to know what that team's about. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you're going to come with us, I will tell you what my opinion is of your home. Please don't call us in if you already know. Like if you're already like, well, my friend told me. I got that just yesterday. Somebody sent me a picture, and it was cigarette smoke. It was cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
And the other picture. So I said, wait. I said, what? Cigarette smoke, in my opinion. You're an idiot. My friend, she's a medium, has already told me that this is a spirit in my home.
I'm like, well, I'm a small.
Yeah.
And I know better.
What?
Like
What's a small?
Size? Medium,
what?
small.
Oh, medium.
Oh, it was a dad joke. Sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah, you right past my head. So that's that. It's what's funny? it's almost more of a topic about what you do when you join a team than it is
Mm.
when you're seeking a team. Because just like when you're seeking a team, it's just like when you're buying a car. Not so expensive, but I mean, you
Hopefully not. So
when I bought my car, I was online for like 3 months looking up different cars and reviews and whatever. You could do the same thing with a team. Okay, man, there are some teams that are working in our area now that just absolutely baffle my mind. That people think that they're just the next coming of God or something as a team. It's just stunning, and commercial places around here are giving them an opportunity. And if I was the person that ran one of those places, I would be looking, and I would be seeing. Hey, Jeff, would be seeing that this is not the team to bring into my place. Let's. Oh wait, there's another reason looking at teams. Personal grooming. Personal grooming is important. I don't know about you. I don't want my fat, oily man walking through my house or your neighborhood methadone addict. But unfortunately, there's a lot of that out there too. So now, that's that topic. And you know what? Not bad. That only took us like 20 minutes to get to and finish. So just seek your team. Seek your team.
Seek your team.
Now, seeking your team to join a team. This is a good one. You have to excuse me. I'm going to tie up my shoe.
Why are you wearing shoes in your own house?
Because I do. Shut up. But it's
very
driving me nuts.
American thing.
It's untied. It's not an American thing. It's me.
Okay.
So, okay, let's do the first stage of moving the camera. Okay? This is Jeff's online right now. Jeff, this is your fault. So I now have the camera mounted on a tripod. Pretty high tech, eh?
Very hot there.
Okay.
Look
So
at you go.
let's try this. Hold on. Right?
I'm holding. This looks great.
No, is that good? Hold on, you sit there. I don't like that at all. I'm finding it weird, Sydney, because I keep looking at the computer.
I know you want to look at
I
yourself.
want to look at myself because I'm obviously full of
Very
me.
vain. Very vain.
Okay, well, so we'll keep it here for now. Now we'll make it so it's more focused on me.
Or me.
Or you.
Or me. Well, you're like in a rolly chair, so I could just push you out suddenly.
Okay.
My turn.
All right, so we're going to talk now about joining a team. CHAPS has been through a number of members. Do you know what? It just comes like this. When I explain it to people when they join the team, or when they're looking to join a team. First, it's almost like the same advice you give when you're seeking a team, right?
Yeah.
You are. You are seeking a team to be a part of, and it's important. Like when you came to us, what was your process? How did you come to decide?
I looked at like every team in Ontario, and like I read through their pages and their websites and everything. And decided from there which ones I would want to email.
Wow,
yeah.
that's nice.
I'm a little obsessive compulsive when it comes to things like that.
Well, that's good. No, that's good. So I'm happy with that. And then you, of course, had now if you really want to get on a team, you've got to make your case to that team, because I assure you that every team has got a big ego. They've got because what they want to do is they want to make sure they all have the best players on their team.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So of course they're going to be picky and they're going to act like it. So you're going to get two teams like that. I'm going to step that back a notch. You're going to find teams that are kind of picky about who they have.
You're stepping into like a social group too.
Absolutely. When you're first starting, you're like 4 or 5 people. You generally get together, your friends. You're trying things out. Let's not even include that kind of team right now. So we're going to talk about an organized team. So an organized team, we'll say 10 members or more, maybe been around a couple of years. Okay, so you take a look at CHAPS. I think we've averaged out to about 15 members. It's been about an average.
Yeah.
14 years. I think 13, 14 years anyway. 400 plus investigations. So we've got an established footprint. Now I have a process on our team where you become a guest. So you come out, could be 2, could be 10 times, and then you become a prospect. You were a little more serious about what you're doing, but now your expectations are definitely higher. Then you're a probational member. As a probational member, you're now kind of like, look, you're there, you're with us, until you eventually get voted on to become a full member. Face goes on the website, yada yada yada. The reason why we do it in such a long period of time is because people's lifestyles change
Mm-hmm.
drastically,
Oh,
even in a year. And everybody's like, oh, I want to be part of a team.
I
So
want this to be my life now.
yeah, that's what they say. Now, at the onset, when you start to think about what team you're going to join, you got to look at what you're into. First off, are you joining a team because you're sensitive? I'm sensitive.
I'm just so sensitive.
We are all sensitive. Okay? Well, that's not true. My wife, Sandy, is not sensitive.
No. Very cold.
She's on investigation, she is. You are too. Both of you are like really cold fish, right? So
We're fish.
we're fish. Where it really comes down to it is that what the hell are you saying?
He was.
Oh, I just did that, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff, for letting me know. So going back to that, okay, you're going to look for teams. Teams going to be out there. Okay, you're obviously by research you're going to be able to tell this team is more to the spiritual, the enigmatic, the weird ghost hunters. We're five. What was the one that my friends used to use up north there? Shit. Something about ghost hunters at large or something. I don't know what it was, but I know they picked on the fact that they were all. They had a little bit of beef to them, so they talked about. They said
that's cute.
for ghost hunters at large. I forget what it was, but if you joined that team and looked for that team, you knew that team was more about walking into a home and feeling the home.
Yeah.
You're going to do a lot of meditation, a lot of psychic work, whatever, and it's okay if that's your gig. That's your team you're joining.
Yeah.
All right. And now, if you watch us, you'll know that. Okay, and I grew up a spiritualist. I grew up in the church with mediums, and I did all that stuff. But I think that makes me more cynical of them because I know the questions to ask them. And where it really comes down to it is, that our team is a bit more pragmatic. You're not going to come to our team and say, I'm a sensitive, because that's going to mean
nothing.
Shit to me. It really is. If you say, oh, I'm a sensitive, okay.
Prove it.
Prove it, right, exactly. And how are you going to prove it? Because when we're on investigation, there's almost no componentry of our investigation, which is let's all sit down and envision the things around us. Not that I would be against that.
No.
Because it'd be a good time for a nap.
Yeah.
But no, I'm open to that. Much like I don't like the SB7, that spirit box, but I'm willing to every now and then entertain it. I'm not willing to entertain the flashlight test.
No.
That's absolutely illegal on our investigations. So when you're joining a team, you got to take a look at what that team's in for and what your volitions are within joining a team. That's uber important because that's the first step. Know that team, if that team just goes, okay, you're part of the team, get the F off that team. Because
probably won't be there long anyways.
Right. We're doing what we do because we want to make sure we have a great team. And we've seen so much drama over the years. And generally within the first year of somebody being on a team, that's where all the drama comes on. All right. We've had people join our team and within a year, 6 months, they're telling us what we should be doing.
Which is always nice.
Oh, I had a lady that joined my team that within 6 months of being on my team, she was asking me for budget reports on where the money was going. Wait, where the money's going? What money? What money? It's just no money. Understand that when you're new on a team, other team members do get a bit of levy ahead of you on certain investigations. Okay, next. Now that you're on the team, there are expectations of you. If you were on a team, and I know for our team, I put out investigation tenders. So I get an investigation. Like right now, I'm working on one in Scarborough. It's probably going to be on a Friday night. I'm going to put out an event inside our private Facebook group that says, Investigation Scarborough, August 1st, 8 p.m.
Who's available?
Everybody's, invited. And then, I will leave it open for 2 days and we'll see who all gets in. If you can never make it, like if I put out 4 investigation requests, you're local to the area or whatever, and you can't make it to any of them,
then why are you here?
Why are you here? Because the idea is that we want to see a bit of sacrifice, right? Any team is going to want to see some sacrifice from you. Because it's like this. I've got 5 people that want to join my team that want to do this. And there's some of us that really love doing this and want to do these things. And if you don't go like, well, what am I doing tonight?
Maybe my option.
I'm going to have...
Becky still might call.
She might, and I'm having a Brazilian. in the morning.
Oh.
So I don't want to walk around too much and create crazy friction
No, not after
because
that.
it burns.
Maybe someone will carry you.
Possibly. So anyway, the idea is that we need to make sure that you are okay with sacrifice. Sacrifice is important, right?
Mhm.
Like where it comes down to it, that's what that team is looking for. So if you're new with the team, understand. If you've been around the team for a year and a half, and you're in, and you could skip off a couple then. But then, even then, people will be like, "Is this maybe not your lifestyle
Yeah.
anymore?" Because we
Yeah.
need to be able to count on you. Like for my team, my guys will tell you I'm a little hardcore with this. Okay, I'm a little hardcore. The idea is that we have a reputation and we have clients that need our help. So if clients need our help, and I can't count on people to come to an investigation or to make themselves available, if I am, then I've got no use for this. And as I said to my guys on my team, and teams should have meetings, they should hash things out. I've always said, I don't want to be the top priority in your life, but I do want to be a priority.
Yeah.
If you're basically, I am the absolute last thing you think about, then go do something else. Like you were the one that wanted to join the team.
Yeah, it's a hobby.
Right.
Make time for your hobby.
If you were on a hockey team and you only practiced when you felt like it, well then you wouldn't be a very good hockey player and people wouldn't like you on the team. So that's another thing you gotta think about.
Hockey.
Hockey is important. Senators are playing tonight. Just saying.
Loser.
Right. What is the Sens score? Somebody out there tell me the Sens score. I have to be a Senators fan. My wife is from Pembroke. I am from Oshawa. My team is already gone. So I'm a Sens fan right now. All right. So next thing. Like again, lifestyle. Do you have a car? Can you drive? Well, you can't. Hold on.
I'm just going to leave now.
I guess you're going to get kicked off the team. Okay, Sydney has. Look, I'll tell you what. We've made an exception for Sydney. She's been around like 7 years on the team, but Sydney literally lives across the street from us, and she just meets me here. We drive, or we gotta go. So, and she got my daughter a job, so that also.
Yeah, now you.
Now I owe you. If you don't have the lifestyle to afford it, I have no job, no car, no life. My parents won't let me out. My boyfriend. This is another one. Oh, boyfriends and girlfriends are the worst.
Yeah.
Won't let me go anywhere. Okay.
That's nice.
Well then.
You need a new boyfriend.
So yeah, you need a new boyfriend. You don't need us. I know that there's been times up north where, well, no, I work Fridays and Saturday nights. This is probably not for you.
Yeah.
Not for you. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, especially like when the boyfriends and shit get involved. That's terrible.
Yeah, you need
stay
to have
home.
a spouse that's willing
Supportive.
to let you have a life.
Because you know what? I'm gonna let you in a hint. We share hotel rooms. So there are times when, well, generally my wife is there because she's on the team, but we'll share a hotel room with Sydney. But I can tell you that if there was an investigation where I had to share a hotel room with Sydney and my wife's not there, it's going to happen. So you got to know that sometimes you'll have 4 or 6 people in a hotel room, and some people get kind of jealous of that crap. We don't stay at nice hotels. So
No.
And we don't spend a lot of money because it's free. We're doing this for free, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, we drove down to Niagara Falls last weekend. That investigation cost us $300 to do.
Ooh.
Right?
I hope you had fun.
Very good.
Okay.
So, very, very important. So if you're going to join a team, sacrifice, lifestyle. If you can't investigate Saturday nights,
Yeah, you're out.
yeah, and that's not against anybody. Like, it's not what I'm saying. Like, it's not that you're
like,
wrong.
ooh.
You're a jerk. It's the fact that
That's when
sometimes we
things
do,
happen.
like Sunday night investigations is 5%, Friday night's investigation 5%, 90% Saturday nights.
It's because that's when people have free time to have you over.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody's got like a Wednesday night free. Like, hey, come to my house and
Well,
stay
I work.
here till 1 a.m.
You
Yeah.
work, right?
Everybody
So
has jobs.
weekends is it. So that's just the way it goes, okay? It's the way it goes.
The way it goes.
The way it goes. So those are things. A lot of things will be expected of you. What else here? Sydney's going to speak to it for a second while I step out of the room.
What? Speak to what?
No,
Nothing?
no. Speak to other things to be part of the team.
Man. I'm going pee next, so he has to be alone. Other things, like when you're joining a team, it's not going to be like it is on TV. It's not going to be action every 5 seconds. Ghosts aren't going to come pouring out of the walls. It's going to be a little bit more boring than you're probably expecting. I know my first investigation, when we went, it was the son who set it up, who doesn't even live in the house. So his parents didn't know we were coming. They were selling the house. They were worried about their neighbors staying. I think we spent like half an hour there. It was crazy. I sticked around, so obviously boring's my thing. But yeah, you just gotta know.
Sorry.
It should be.
Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're going to change the camera. Again, I'm now moving the squirrely chair out of the way.
Squirrely chair?
Yeah, it's a squirrely chair. Shut up. All right, so. Is that going to work? Or is that. Shit. Hold on. I'm so short. This feels stupid. Okay,
Can you
so where are
tilt it
you?
down? I'm right.
Okay, you're right there. All right, hold on. Crepes. All right, let's try that now.
Did you say crepes?
No, I didn't say crepes. I said crepes.
Crepes.
Okay, so such a total dickweed you are. Seriously. Hold on. I guess that's all right. I guess I don't like sitting with my legs up like that because I'm short.
With your legs up, just like.
So, some of the other things you got to think about when it comes to this situation. Don't change. Don't come into a team to change a team. I've seen that a lot of times. Don't come in being impatient. Don't come into a team telling them about how they want to do their routines. Really, honestly, right off the bat, you got to think about. I'm joining a team that has an established set. Like even like I tell you what, like I manage a supply store, and when I took the place over, I had tenured staff there. Okay, so I came in as the boss, but I knew that I had to have a little bit of warming up time to see what things are, because they're gonna know what works too, right? And then I went in there like kind of like barn busters, and I realized that I totally screwed that stuff up, right?
Yeah.
Became an enemy right off the bat, and we don't want that. So when you join a team, let's just understand that you're joining a team, right?
You're the new kid on the block.
You're the new kid on the block. But again, like look at your life. It really comes right down to it. It's all lifestyle. What do you want? We've had guys that joined the team that were really, really busy with about 3,000 other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they couldn't do it, and that's fine. Or if they say to them, look, you know what? Love to have things to do with your team, but let me be like a permanent guest. We actually have a couple people like that. Like I would say Mikey's a permanent guest. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to join the team.
No.
We don't want him to join the team.
No.
Obviously. But you know what? He
comes out for things.
He comes out for things, and we have a good time, right? And he's not stepping on toes, which I really appreciate. You got to watch out for that. One of the other things I think a lot of people need to worry about is a team is very much a family. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to say be on an investigation and bitch about someone, that's not good.
Yeah.
All right? Don't do that. Don't do that, please. And then if you're going to join a team, don't all of a sudden be like between two teams. This has happened in our past, and like I have no problem with other teams. Okay, like understand there are other teams I get along very well with. However, pick one. Don't do the double rider thing, and that's only because if you can't have enough time to do investigations for us, then you can't have enough time to do investigations for them. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to pick your dedication. Don't worry, we get a chance to work with people like that. What is Shannon saying? See now, can you see it? Because I can't. Because now we're back here. This is where.
Tell them what not to wear on an investigation.
That's awesome.
Don't wear see-through clothes because they'll pick it up in the IR. And
what color is see-through there?
Well, I was wearing a black shirt. Just I don't
Oh,
think
you were? It was white.
I was.
Was it?
Yeah, it
was
looked white on the
shitty.
IR. But yeah,
Okay,
don't wear thin clothes, white clothes.
So when Sydney came out, she was trying to impress and make it on the team.
And pick up, apparently.
Yeah. So, yeah, don't wear that. Don't wear white.
Yeah, no.
White's no good because infrared will
see
right through it. Night shot's got a great way. Don't worry, the guy that's on the camera He's not going to
Having a
say
good time.
anything to you.
No.
Go ahead. He's going to want you to be the lead all night long.
You just like hear him in the background, like.
He'll be asking you. You scratch your shoulder.
Yeah, just
You know.
bend over again.
Yeah.
I think
So I don't own any white clothing, so.
No.
But then again, nobody's out there with their camera trying to see through my white clothing. Look at all that beautiful hot chest hair. Oh my God, he looks so amazing.
Damn.
Look at his great stomach shelf.
It's like taking the tape out of the thing and putting it in your back pocket. This is just for me.
So no, that's not happening. Okay. So on the long and the short of it, there you go. If you're going to join a team, make sure your lifestyle is good. You're joining the team. Make sure the team is right for you too. That's important because we want to have a nice, big, happy family. Everybody wants to get along, right? We understand that sometimes on our team, there are people that don't have a great deal of time anymore. We know that. Brings up the last statement then. And this is actually for people that are still already part of a team. I'll say this to my team.
Uh-oh.
What do you bring to the table?
Charm and personality?
Not enough.
Oh.
So, what do you bring to the table? I'm going to grab my water here. I don't know if I really like where this camera is now. We're really going to have to think about this.
Yeah.
Jeff had better come down here and redesign this office because he's the one that really wanted us to do the camera. I like the fact that, we're close up and it's equal.
Yeah.
Because I'm no longer the host of the show and you're like
I'm
the
not staring at
co-host.
the back of
We're
you.
both hosts.
Oh my God.
So you'd better do some more talking. What do you bring to
You talk so much. Okay.
What do you bring to the table? That's something you really got to answer. Are you coming to an investigation and then that's it? And then bye. Do you do 2 investigations every 6 months and then do nothing afterwards? Do you, what I'm saying is for anybody who's joining a team forward. Basically, are you just there for an investigation and then you're gone? Do you get involved in the peer review? Do you do this? Do you do that? So you want to make sure you become part of the process and part of the strength of that team, because that team can turn on you. This is for new people. Teams could turn on you. It's pretty important, right? Life is what it is, and if you really have something to bring to the table, then it makes people a little less weary of you. That's not so much directed at my own team. It's really not too much of an issue here, but that is what it is. So, next topic. What did you just say, Jeff? Because I can't read way back there. Jeff, you want me to sit back there and I can't see my screen.
Set your expectations and
Commitment to the
them.
team so it can be made. Yeah, you're right. Tell you what, when Phil joined the team, he told me every other weekend he has his kids.
And he does.
And he does.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't lying. So that's the way it goes, right? It is consistency that matters, and are you giving it your all? You will need to know that when you join a team, if you're looking for a team to join, is let's step that back a little because I'm ugly. All right. The way it goes is this: you got to make yourself valuable. Okay, like if you join a team, and the entire time the only thing that anybody can count on you on that team to do is hold the K2 meter.
Man, I hold a mean K2 meter.
Sometimes that's what happens, but I mean, if that's all you can do.
Or if that's all you
remember I used to joke around with Kat because Kat used to wear those god-awful heels.
Oh, yeah.
Remember those heel boots?
Yeah.
And we'd be on an investigation, and she'd have the video camera because she was doing video that night, and all you'd hear would be all over the house. Oh my holy Christ. Stop wearing those. Buy a set of running shoes, will you?
Get her slippers.
So, she's great, but damn, is she loud. Everybody's got to get to know what their skills are when you're on a team. That's the reality of it. Like when you're on a team, you're going to forge yourself a certain position, and you got to make yourself valuable.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not valuable, then you're not valuable. Then you won't get bothered. Right. What are you saying there, Damon? Okay. See, now I'm getting cross topics. I'm getting Facebook. I'm getting live cast. I don't know if I can handle this. This is why I need a co-host. Why are you? What did you talk about while I was gone?
That investigation, my first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were talking about
This was in Weston?
No, the one in Toronto where the son told his
That was
parents
Weston.
we
That
were
was
okay.
Weston. Yeah, that was a good night.
Oh, it was
That
so
was a
much
great
fun.
night.
That whole half hour.
Yeah. That is to date the absolute fastest investigation we've ever conducted.
Broke a record my first night.
Dude, man, we actually, and you know what? In a half, we're there, 40 minutes, half an hour? We managed to set up a DVR,
Yep.
do the investigation, and break down the DVR, and we were gone.
Those poor people.
Well, you certainly didn't forge yourself that night. So, let's get on to our next topic, because we have time for it. Do you like it? Do you want to move? Where do you want the camera?
I'm good. You can probably like turn it this way a little.
Oh, so you get more into it? Oh.
Like all me. No. Yeah.
That's the way. What am I, stupid?
Just throw it out your hand. I mean.
Okay, hold on. Jeff, when are you happy?
You can do the
K2.
K2.
Well, we know Jeff. Well, Jeff's our IT guy. He doesn't have to do anything. Without Jeff, we don't have a website. So he's forged
He's
himself.
doing enough.
He has forged. See what I mean? Like, this couch is like,
Yeah.
I'm all slouched
It's
down. It's weird.
really
It's
deep.
not, I don't like it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to talk about now is we're going to get into paranormal unity and collaboration.
Ooh.
This is a topic I think we're pretty big for. Everybody in the world of paranormal, at least the last couple of weeks when I've been on other podcasts, somebody brings up paranormal unity. Yeah, whatever.
Really?
No, the truth of the matter is there's probably a ton of teams out there that are bitching about each other. Dude, that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bitch about teams I know that I like. So I'm definitely going to bitch about teams I don't like. It's the way it's going to happen. But do you know what? Like, the whole paranormal unity thing, to me, is all about, can teams work together, refer each other, like each other, and then collaborate together. I've lost count as to how many teams we've done collaborations with.
Yeah, quite a few.
Tons. And I know that Robert Bradley of CPRI would say the collaboration has got a lot more to do with like peer review and stuff. And I think he's got a point there. But I mean, like, I don't know what else to call a joint investigation other than collaborative work. And I think collaborative work's really important because, as you know, you've done some work with me doing that. And there have been a lot of knucklehead teams too that we've worked with.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like seeing people hanging in trees and I had a little demon following me around.
I know. Did you get that looked at?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it gave me hemorrhoids. So, so I guess she was right. Oh my God.
I don't know. That's so funny.
So.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So it's really, really important for teams to collaborate because not only do we find teams that we like and get along with, and we all that, but you know what? We find teams that are idiots and we stay away from them. So
you live and you learn.
It allows it allows somebody like me to say, yeah, they're idiots, not just because of what I've seen on their website. I've worked with them.
You've seen it in person.
Yeah. And certainly we've done, say if we've done work even after the fact that they've been there, we can also tell because of the claims that get told to us. But paranormal unity does work.
For sure.
You know what? I'm going to mention CHAPS family, not for the political affiliation. Let's just knock aside anything to the show or to the people on that show because some people don't like them. Some people don't care. Some people are obsessed with them. You know what? I'm not part of the CHAPS family for Jason and Grant or Joe or Steve or any of them. I'm really not. I'm involved there. I'm going to sneeze.
No, you're not.
Oh, God, I am too. So I'm not in there for them. I'm there for the other teams I've met.
Yeah.
Some of those teams aren't with the CHAPS family anymore.
No.
But regardless, I've managed to meet some people. And then we did collaborative work together. You know, when I was in Arkansas, we investigated with Insight Paranormal. We investigated with part of Sonoran. We investigated with RVPI. We investigated with WPRS. You know, all kinds of teams. And there's some great people that you meet, right? Collaborative work allows you to meet and then get along. Matter of fact, like what this weekend we're meeting up with our VPI
Yeah.
that we've investigated with down there
So
that we met through the
excited.
CHAPS family. So that's
And
wonderful.
another team. We're
Cops.
2 other teams.
Yeah. We're going to meet up with cops. And we've done a bunch of investigation with cops.
Oh, for sure.
And you know what? It's okay that sometimes you can agree or disagree with what they're
Somebody
doing.
else is doing
Like
it.
there's things that say cops do that I'm not all that party to, right? They have some gadgetry that they like that I don't, but that's okay. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But we trust each other, and that's a really big thing. Trust is a huge thing.
Oh,
And
for sure.
and I know that if I send cops on an investigation of mine,
They're not going to embarrass
they're
you.
not going to embarrass me. They're going to do it with some clout. And I've done work with other teams that, quite frankly, I wouldn't have them investigate someone's doghouse. So, you know, the paranormal unity thing does work if you get together, you talk. But the problem is what's happening in that field is you either have ego, is like I don't need to work with anybody, or you have I don't know what the word I want to use is. It's like latency. You know, they can't be bothered to work with anybody. I'm part of a lot of groups out there that are about teams coming together, and half of them just don't talk. They're lurkers. They read what people say and they ignore it.
Yeah.
Get your ass involved in there if you want to be something, man. You know what I mean? Like there are people like okay, we have not worked with Bytown Paranormal yet. We have gotten work off each other, but we've never worked together, and I want to. Johnny's an interesting guy. John and I kind of have some political fights because I'm conservative. He's
no.
a liberal. We can't all be perfect, you know. But we're going to get together, and we know because we share ideas. The guys from Capture Paranormal, I know very well. By the way, Capture, the last video you guys put out was freaking amazing. The production work on that thing was really great. I really loved it. And what it did was here's you go. Now here's the essence, right? Collaborative work allows you to take your ego down a notch. Like, okay, cops came to us some years ago and said, you know, can we want to work together because we got some things to learn and this and that.
Yeah.
They were humble about it, and I really appreciated that because if you make mistakes and you're humble, it's okay. But they were doing some things that made me go, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Do you know our team didn't start using headphones and audio until I worked with cops.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, that's a fantastic idea. I said, give me the headphones. And I put on the audio, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm listening to a parabolic microphone. This is amazing. So, you know, we get those kind of ideas off them. We take ideas off people all the time, and that's totally cool. That's what it's all about, man. I watched that Capture video the other night, which, damn, it was so good. I know Jason does the production work on that stuff.
It's good, eh?
Shit, he's so talented. But it reminded me, because we used to do voiceovers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was videos back in the day years ago where I used to do voiceover work, and I thought it just had such a nice touch, and I haven't done it in such a long time, and I hope they don't take me doing it for an investigation as they stole my idea. I'm not stealing your idea, but you really damn well reminded me that it's a great idea. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. That's what collaboration is. I worked with CPRI at St. Albans.
Yeah.
These guys are geniuses. These are actual scientists, right? So like they're using data recorders and stuff, and I'm like, honestly, I'm a moron. So I couldn't take a data recorder, take the information off that data recorder, and go to somebody and say, do you realize that every 14 and a half seconds with a magnetic resonance level of 8, I couldn't do it because then I wouldn't know what to say there. But they ran a PIC line, like a recorder, to part of the building, and brought it back to their home base with a set of speakers. And I'm like, damn, that was really amazing. Guess what we do now? So it's okay to learn off other people. It really is. It's totally cool, man. And you know what? I don't know a team that we've worked with that I haven't gotten something out of it. Even if it's to go, I never want to do that. You know, there's a few teams like that too that we did that from. But more than not.
It's always a takeaway.
And then I see teams that I think, damn, that work is so ridiculously good. I don't know what I could. Okay, we worked with the League of Paranormal Investigators when Sandy and I went to Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Dennis Fantergo. I watched the video that they did for Castle investigation.
No words?
I have no idea how we can ever do it. Like, it was just that good.
Man.
It was better than it was better than a TV production.
Oh, really?
It was so earnest, so sincere, and so clean. It was ridiculous. That's what I strive for.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to production, that's what I strive for. I know we're a while away from it. Sandy does great production work, but she can only produce what she's got.
Yeah.
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 You know, if somebody gives you a bowl of rice and tells you to make, you know,
A bowl of rice.
a bowl of rice, you can do it. But you can't make beef Wellington from that.
No.
So now, Jeff asked a question. Oh God. Question: we get investigation requests all the time. How do you filter the legit, or people are just saying things to come for entertainment? Jeff, you're gonna get people mad at us if they watch this. I say that. The truth is, I ignore every request. No, it kind of gets obvious after a while. You know, 16-year-old kid. You know, his friends gave him these pictures. They send me a ghost app picture. I ignore that right away. Most of our requests ends up being like, you know, you guys really need to investigate this place.
Yeah, that they don't own or have anything to do with.
A medium told me that I'm being raped every night from this ghost.
Lucky you.
Lucky. I've been asking for that for years.
We all have.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, you know, I think almost, Jeff, it comes to the point where almost every single request that comes in, I send them a message. All right. If they don't get back to me, well, then they didn't care. But if they get back to me and then and then we start working on opportunities, and then they want to have like, well, my friends want to be over, or they were not working with us. That they were consulting a Ouija board or something. I guess I can only say that it goes time by time, case by case, Jeff. You know, like there are some out there that are absolutely inane and ridiculous, and then there's some that are a little more veiled. But it becomes obvious after a while what happens. It's case by case, and that just comes from asking questions. And you know, maybe I've turned away people or given cases to somebody else that was I thought was really bad and probably was amazing. But I've taken probably as many cases that I got there, and at the end of the night went, why did I come to this? You know, that case where you know, there were people with cowls in the forest behind their house, and they were hunting them down, and they were going to get their cat put to sleep because it was stealing their souls.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
really glad we went.
Do you know what? You know what a cat does? It sleeps, it eats, it poops.
It's like a baby.
It's a baby, and it annoys you at night when you're trying to sleep, and it wants a treat. But it is not stealing your soul.
No.
No cat in the existence of mankind has ever stolen a soul. So, all right. Well, that's 59 minutes there. Maybe we'll talk more about the paranormal unity thing, because I wanted later at another time. I wanted to save that actually for maybe a bigger topic night.
Okay.
Because you know, I want to talk about and we'll talk about the stories that we've had. We're gonna have a great week. I wanted to have this right now because normally this podcast would be next Tuesday, but I got to be honest with you. We've basically, you know, by the time the weekend's over, we're going to be getting back from Ohio and getting back into our normal lives again, and then actually I'm on vacation again. So I thought maybe we'd get this over and done with. Not, you know, I want to apologize, by the way, for last week. I'm getting a little. No, I'm not. No. It's not an apology. I'm not stepping it back. I'm just saying it. Maybe I got a little mouthy a few times.
A little heated.
A little heated. Some people made a comment that we think we're better than other people. No, that's not the case. We're just trying to stop other teams from ruining it for everybody. You know, I'm speaking my mind. I always will. It's something I'm going to do. I'm not going to back down. Some people had asked me if I was going to remove that video because of the fact that team could have seen that and then they'd be all upset. Not in the slightest. And I've seen even more crap from that team in the last week to realize that I did the right thing. So, guys, I want to thank you very much. Sydney, again, thank you. It might be a couple weeks. I think we might get Mike in here, and then we'll have all three of us on the couch.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like a panel.
It'll be a panel. So I want everybody to have a good night, and here comes the intro.
These walls can talk. Open your mind and listen.
Try